know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that
Have you ever had a bad day, get an F on that test you needed to pass, your girlfriend break up with you, little Timmy fell down a well? Well, tough tits, you pansies. Just be glad you're not these miserable schlubs. And this leads into my list of the top 7 most tragic characters in fiction. To make the list, these characters need to have had crap lives and make us feel sorry for them in some way. They cannot be characters that deserve their crap lives, so there are no Eric Cartmans on the list. And no Shakespearean or Dickensian characters, because, oh boy, that would be way too easy. When I say fiction, I mean anything from movies, television, literature, etc. And why the number 7? Because they won't let my family go unless I do. So, without further ado, let's begin. Number 7, Ratbag the Coward from Shadow of Mordor. Have you ever known someone who strives for their goals no matter what, even if it risks their health and safety? Well, that's old Ratbag. Ratbag the Coward is an orc, well, an Uruk, that wants nothing more than to be war chief, and he enlists the help of main character Talion to reach that goal. Now, what makes him tragic is, he's cowardly, he's weak, and he has the foresight of a naked mole rat, but, in the end, he actually reaches his goals of being war chief, but is immediately met with a giant club to the face. This guy reaches his goals, but is killed immediately after, and isn't able to properly enjoy it. Isn't that sad? Number 6, Vanessa Ives from Penny Dreadful. Okay, so bear with me. So, imagine you're a little girl growing up in Victorian England, living a life of love and luxury. Now imagine you grow up and get possessed by a demon that may or may not be Satan. Your best friend is kidnapped by Dracula. Your only love dies a painful death half a world away. And you're only able to socialize with a magical hedonist, a cowboy werewolf, no seriously, a guilt-ridden adventurer, and a drug-addicted Dr. Frankenstein. Your group of friends definitely is looking a little bit better now, aren't they? Number 5, Lisbeth Salander from the Millennium franchise. Life kinda sucks for Lisbeth. I mean, she's Swedish.
Whoa, Jay.
Okay, too blunt. Lisbeth's tragic life consists of an abusive father, who she lit on fire, spending most of her childhood in a mental institution, being socially impotent, being the unwilling plaything of a twisted banker, and any time it seems like she found love or happiness, it's immediately ripped away from her. This chick has been through the ringer more than a few times, but she always comes out on top, only to be kicked back down with steel-toed boots. And trust me, that hurts. Number 4, Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones. I was debating whether or not to put Sansa Stark on here, but Tyrion definitely takes the cake. Not only is he short and disfigured, and in the books he's incredibly ugly, but his family actively expresses their desire to see him dead. His nephew, the King Joffrey, humiliates him on a regular basis. His sister hates him because their mother died in childbirth. His first wife turned out to be a whore. No, seriously, she was a prostitute. His father forces him to marry Sansa Stark, which leads to her tragedy as well. And his girlfriend, who is really the only person he ever loved, betrays him because he is forced to marry Sansa Stark. Yeah, this guy gets crapped on a regular basis, but at least he's everyone's favorite character. Number 3, Solid Snake from the Metal Gear franchise. Solid Snake is a clone, engineered to be the perfect soldier. On top of that, he's injected with nanotechnology, which enhances his abilities, but drastically lowers his lifespan. What makes this character tragic is despite having a very clear personality and opinions, he is seen as nothing more than a slab of meat with a machine gun by his superiors, and with that, he is often seen as just an echo of the original Big Boss. And plus, because of the short lifespan, there's a very good chance this guy's not going to see the better side of 40. Number 2, Niko Bellic from GTA 4. Immigration sucks. It's tough, it's convoluted, and once you're here, the government's just trying to kick you back to wherever you came from. For Niko, he gets all of this and more. Not only is he haunted by his actions in the war, but he's also forced to repeat said actions as he tries to rebuild his life, make himself relatively happy, and support what's left of his family. But eventually, that's all for none because someone will die in the end. Now for a few honorable mentions who didn't quite make the list. Number 1, Batman from DC Comics. Okay, yes, I've crapped on this character quite a bit, but his parents are dead, and he spends his nights kicking ass in black spandex. Come on. However, when you really look at him, he's a man that is forced by a moral code to set aside any possible happiness to ensure that a city that is already falling apart at the seams keeps from going over the edge. It's like some sort of Greek tragedy where no matter how much he sacrifices his own personal life, his family, his friends, his happiness, and everything else great that comes with life, just to keep a city from going insane for maybe a few seconds. So these characters have had it rough. Their lives have dragged them through the muck and kicked the shit out of them. But it could be worse. They could have been Erwin in high school.
Okay, first of all, I skipped high school, Jay. Second of all, it could be worse because they could be Ratbag the Coward.